text to hotkey F8. So all the functional keys have started up working. F5, F6 and F7, F8. So 5 for F5 is for free hand line, free form tool. F6 rectangle. So 6, 7, 8. A rectangle, F7, ellipse, F8, text. So basic drawing tool is there on your like hotkey on the immediate on the top side. 5, 6, 7, 8. So whenever you need a line, you can switch to the 5, rectangle, 6, ellipse 7 and text 8. And the modifying tool is 10. Save tool is 10 and F9 is to full screen. It is presentation full screen. And F10 is always to go for modify, and it is done through the save tool. So this one is to create and this is to presentation and modify. F6 and rest of the things you know about. F4 is to fit to the screen and F2 get it minus, like view minus, and like F3, F2 is for zoom tool. So all the functional keys are there to function on the screen. Fine. So let's move into the text. The first beauty of the text tool is you can make paragraphic text, and first option, insert placeholder text. It immediately fill the dummy text. This is the option which is away from the competitor. Corel, like Illustrator doesn't have this feature. Corel does have this feature. What is the things? Placeholder text. What is the thing? Placeholder text. It apply a dummy text onto the paragraph and to the text paragraph. Fine. So we have understood now how to fill placeholder text. The first option, placeholder text. So it is a dummy text which fill on the paragraph. To do the further modification till the original text comes. That means till the time original text comes, your editing is done up. Only the things to be done, copy and paste the next like available informations. Placeholder text. Next. Control A is to select all the text, and the first hotkey change over here is like to change one minute. Okay, change the text font size here. Yes, Control and 4 and 6 is a button to increase and decrease the font size. Control 4 and 6 numerical key. So how to change the font size? CTRL plus 4 to decrease the font size and 6 to increase the font size. Size could be controlled by these two buttons. 4 to decrease, 4 6.
तो जो placeholder जो बताया ना टेक्स्ट का, तो टेक्स्ट क्लिक करने के राइट क्लिक करके करना है या ऊपर ऑप्शन?
Right click, drag, right click, placeholder.
ऊपर ऑप्शन में से नहीं है?
हाँ वो भी है, तो ये राइट क्लिक से बताएं. Right, now the next, this allow you to make a 10-point change. If you need to move 1 point change, then go for 8 and 2. 8 is to increase font size 1 point and 2 is to decrease. This is for 10 points increment. And the same hotkeys, say control is common. Plus 8 and 2. Size increase by 1 point. So 1 point controlling, 10 point controlling is there on your hand. No. You can catch on the screen now the text box sometimes look red color and sometimes look black color. Now find a color changes on your screen. So the text bounding box sometimes look red, sometimes makes black, and the reason behind is like if it is red color, it indicates that there are some extra text is there. So that is technically called as overflow text. How to recognize overflow text? It could be recognized in two different manners. One, the red color indicates on the bounding box that extra text is there, and the second, below to the text box you find a directional mark and the triangle icon is there. It indicates that there are some hidden text. So two different way to recognize does the text is having overflow or not. What is the first? Red color. What is the second? This triangle button. If there is no extra font, so you don't find this triangle button and don't find red color. So you got to know now what is red color, what is triangle button, and what does it indicate, and how to see the extra text. You can see the extra text in the two manners. One, either you drag it up and see all the text. Second, switch to the triangle button, have a click and find your cursor turns into a text box, drag it up and you can find the overflow text pass from one paragraph to the next paragraph. There are two different methods of how we can able to control the overflow text. One, by dragging the text box on the edge. Second, by clicking on the triangle button and finding a text box and dragging up the new box. Two methods to control the overflow text. And the third method, fit text to frame. Third method, fit text to frame. So now got to know three different methods to control the overflow text. Now the technical term, overflow text control. Overflow text could be controlled in three different manners. One, increase the text box. Second, click on overflow triangle button and create a new text box. Create a new text box. And the third method, right click, switch to the option fit to frame. So 3 different methods to control the overflow text. Done. Now the 4th method, decrease the size, decrease the font size. So how to decrease the font size, and that we are aware of. So am I right? Control A and Control 4 and 6 to get the size down. So you got to know now what is called overflow text, how to recognize the overflow text, and how to control the overflow text in 4 different manners. Is it okay? Next. Once the text is filled, we can make the space between the alphabet by dragging this icon. So what you can see now, spacing between the alphabet could be increased. How to do that? On the right side corner down, you can find a double line mark. It is the place, if you hit, then you can have to increase the kerning, making the text box to open on the edge, but making the spacing between the line to be increased by the right. Click on. Is it okay? How to increase the space between the line and how to decrease the space between the alphabets. Now the same way you can have to increase the spacing between the line and decrease the spacing between the lines directly on the track. Next, you can drag the bounding box, and this is the 2 different property of the text. One is called leading and another is tracking. So leading means the space between the line, and tracking the space between the alphabets. So both of them are under your clock. How to increase and decrease the text box, the leading, the tracking. Underline that. Next, Control T, next hotkey, Control T to open the text box. Control T. Character palette. What is the command? Control T. Open the text window, which can be opened from Docker, and Control T, which could be opened from window, Docker, text, Control T. So you got to know now how to control the text through the text palette, where it is window, Docker, text. So the next thing, CTRL plus T, window, Docker, and text. Right. So we have understood now how to open the text box. Now in Corel, the text could be controlled in 3 different places, in 3 different phases. One is character property, another is paragraph property, another is frame property. For a text, 3 properties are there: character property, paragraph property, and frame. Now the character properties. Inside the character property, yes, you will find a lot of properties like size, family, etc. So now you can see here the 3 buttons, 1, 2, 3. The first one, the text. So you can find these many properties of the text. So you can get the extra properties. So all these things are the correct. So here, time I click the character property. Then we switch to the paragraph. This much of things are paragraph properties. So let's start with the character property. Here, font family, style, size, underline, and bounding box. So these are the property of the text. So take the text, have a click, type it out. Now your text does have an outline. Yes, we can able to it outline. And if outline, then which color outline? So text does have outline also, and text outline could be controlled from here. And if you don't this, go for none. So it is the basic character property of the text to change the color and the outline. Now text does have superscript, subscript, all the options here. Superscript, exactly the same way subscript. And if you not normal script like superscript, subscript, normal script, we have to control here. Next we can switch that into all caps, capital letter and small. So we have to make caps lock and all. Right. Next, underlining. So let us go to the paragraph property. So tracking, kerning, all the things you can try it over here. Underline, strike through. Just have a click and see the things to get changed up. And font family and all could be changed from here. So let us go for paragraphic property. And you can see the paragraphic property in details once you are having a paragraph on your hand. So this paragraph, okay, increase the font size. Paragraph properties control the alignments. By default, the alignment to the left or right, select. Justification is a property which is extra in paragraph. So now a special property, justification. Justification means fitting the text to the frame. It's called justification. So all the visiting cards, brochure, leaflet, everything will find justification. So text will be fitting to the box, and it is a property of the paragraph. Switch to the paragraph, and left justified, center justified, two options. And this is alignment, where the text are left to the right or right, not fitting to the frame. So alignment and justification are two different things. Alignment and justification are two different things. Next, indent. So special term, indent. How to change the indent? Indent means the space to the left and to the right of the text box. That is called indent. How much it is to be from the left side and right side. So let us move to the next here. If it is a left align, you can increase. How to give this spacing from the left side? Exactly the same way you can give the spacing to the right side, and space between the paragraphs, space before and space after. To property, more space before and the next space after. So what are the paragraph property and how to control them? Space before and after. Next, first line shifting is another property. What is the property? First line shifting. So it is specially designed. So how much you want to give the spacing to the first line. So all these things are there inside your paragraph property. So next property what? First line shifting. Left indent, right indent, space before, space after, first line shifting, justification and alignment. All these property are of whom? Paragraph. So text could be handled this way. Now this is not enough, still more are there. Switch to the extra option button in the paragraph panel and you can find still more options here. Out of that, first one is bullet. Insert the bullet. Control M. ठीक है, फर्स्ट लाइन शिफ्टिंग का मतलब क्या होता है? जो भी आपका पैराग्राफ होता है उसमें एक फर्स्ट लाइन होता है. ये लाइन यहाँ से चालू होगा या यहाँ से चालू होगा, ये फर्स्ट लाइन डिसाइड करता है. फर्स्ट लाइन का मतलब कि पैराग्राफ में जो फर्स्ट लाइन है वो कहाँ से चालू करोगे, बिफोर द पैराग्राफ, आफ्टर द पैराग्राफ, ये डिसाइड करता है. ठीक है, और ये ऑप्शन यहाँ पे है. दिस इज व्हाट योर फर्स्ट लाइन शिफ्ट. मेजर ओके. ओके, तो जो भी पैराग्राफ में आप हो उसी पैराग्राफ यहाँ पे कंट्रोल हो जाता है. The activated paragraph will be under your control. If all the paragraph are active, then all the paragraph works. So what is called activated paragraph? That means your cursor is there. For cursor जहाँ पे है उसको active paragraph बोला जाता है और active paragraph को ये control करवाता है. अगर पूरे text selected है तो पूरे paragraph active है, पूरे paragraph एक साथ काम करना चालू करता है. Is it okay? Fine. So we got to know now how to control the first line setting. Now the next, Control M. Control M. Insert bullet. Bullet is a mark which is applied before the paragraph. Next option of the paragraph, insert bullet. CTRL plus M. A symbol before the paragraph. Bullet. Now, what should be the bullet? That also we can able to define. The option is down there. So onto the right top corner of the paragraph, you'll find a setting box. Have a click over there and switch to the bullet and assign your symbol what you want at the bullet and how much size and what should be the family and from which family which symbol has to be used. You can define over here. If all the paragraph are selected and at a time you can able to control the bullet for every paragraph. One click. And the size of bullet is a font which could be activated to any paragraphs. Switch to the zoom level and find the bullet and set it. So customizing bullet could be done in Corel. So we have understood now how to handle the bullet. Is it clear? Next, what is the extra options in the setting box? Where is the setting box? In the right top corner. Where it is inside the text property. And here you can also switch to the bullet. In 19 version, but in 17 version you will find the same bullet control near to the paragraph itself, near to the bullet itself. The time you click, you can open it up. So that is older version setting. This is new version settings. Fit to the window. Fine then. So next, drop cap. What is the technical term? Drop capping. Control Shift D. drop cap, Control Shift plus D. What is drop cap? First alphabet of the paragraph occupying how many lines, that is called drop cap. Drop cap means first alphabet of the paragraph covering number of lines. It's called drop cap. So how many lines it is covering, that decides by the drop cap. Now it could be control, exactly the same way, drop cap control. So here you can find how many line to be get cover. You can decide 2 line or 3 line or 4 line or how many lines. All the magazines, newspaper, stylish writing, find drop caps. So we have understood now what is drop cap and how to assign the drop cap line number. Spacing after drop cap. So if you need to assign some space after the drop cap, yes, you can have to assign it. Spacing after the drop cap. Is it okay? If you need to shift the first line, yes, we can shift the first line so that drop cap may come under the paragraph itself. So you got to know now what is drop cap and what are the options. Could be control inside the drop cap. What are the options? Number of line numbers, and spacing after drop cap. Spacing after. So 2 options could be control in the drop cap. Is it okay? So 2 properties we have seen till now. There are a few more options you can check how it is. Yes, end. So it is a nice option. Tab setting. What is the next? Tab setter.